Smaller models that are powerful with open license are very hard to come by these days. And one of the smaller models that we have got today is Stable LM 3 billion parameter model. It's a model from Stability AI, the company that is known for releasing a lot of open source tools. And this model is a 3 billion parameter model, yet it is designed to be a good base model that can actually set foundation for much bigger tasks. So let's learn about Stable LM 3 billion parameter model, what this model is and how you can get benefited from this model. Start with Stable LM 3 billion parameter model, according to their title, bringing sustainable high performance language models to smart devices. So as you can see, with 3 billion parameter as the size of the model, they're targeting smart devices. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody is going to move this model right away to smart devices, but at least that is where they're trying to see that this model might fit in. So today we are launching an experimental version of Stable LM 3 billion parameter model. Okay, at the end of this tutorial, we are also going to do a live hands-on. It's not just going to be me reading the blog post. That's one thing that I want to let you know. So the Stable LM model is what they're feeling is that 3 billion parameter model is something that a lot of people might use. It is something that is designed in such a way that it can be portable to run on handhelds or laptops like smartphones and all these things. Stable LM, but do not let its size fool you. Stable LM 3 billion parameter model is a highly competitive. It outperforms the previous state-of-the-art 3 billion parameter language models, even some of the best open source language models at 7 billion parameter scale. We're not looking at the benchmarks at this point, but that's what they're claiming. The Stable LM model, the model that we have seen, so it has maintained its fast execution speed while it has become better at producing text, and it has also improved in the downstream performance on common natural language benchmarks. If you have got a large language model, what are these downstream tasks? So large language models can be used for certain NLP tasks. For example, you can do summarization, you can do classification, you can do entity recognition, you can do a bunch of question and answering, you can do a bunch of other things. So these are like downstream tasks in NLP. So what they are trying to say is that the Stable LM that we have got today can help us in using this model for a lot of downstream tasks, and its performance on downstream tasks like common natural language processing NLP benchmarks have improved, including common sense reasoning and GK tests. To achieve this remarkable performance, Stable LM 3 billion parameter model has undergone extensive training. It was trained on multiple epochs, high quality data, resulting in a language model surpassing its predecessors performance at similar size. So what they are claiming is at the 3 billion parameter model size, even sometimes in 7 billion parameter model size, this is one of the best models that you can have. So while it is a general model, it can be fine-tuned for alternative use such as programming assistance. This could enable companies to cost effectively customize the model on their data. For example, you can have your own customer support assistant, you can have your own coding assistant, and one thing that a lot of people have pointed out to me, what large language models, like the larger language models, have emergent capabilities. To be really honest, sometimes you just want a chatbot that does the customer support. It has got some RAG capabilities like retrieval augmented generation, or even without RAG, it just has to get the question and give the response back. Sometimes that is good enough. You don't always need emergent capabilities. And I think models like this are really good at understanding this pattern with the data that you give, like fine-tuning or understanding the pattern and responding back to the user if fine-tuned with the proper data set. I think that's where the model's power lies in. And the good thing, honestly, like I liked about this model is the model's license, CC by SA 4.0 license. It's so refreshing to see an open source license being used on a large language model. These days there are a lot of varieties of open source licenses, but yeah, very happy to see that this model comes up with the Creative Commons license that is commercially available. Now jumping into the model, you cannot directly access this model. Like right now it says you have been granted access to this model because this is a gated model. They're collecting details. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to use this as a front for lead generation, because Stability AI also has to make money. They've got the clip drop as a tool. Clip drop, is it clip drop? Let me check it. Clip drop, yeah, they've got the clip drop as a tool, the paid tool, and they've got the stable audio. So they've got all these tools. I think they're going to use your email IDs for marketing. Honestly, I don't have a problem. You're giving me a free large language model. I'm happy to give my email ID. But if you're concerned about it, maybe you need to wait. Somebody's going to definitely download the weights and upload it on a different folder for you to download. Or at least at this point, you need to provide your name, email ID, the country, and the organization that you are associated with. Once you give that, you would have been given access, like you can access it. And every time you have to access this model, unless until you directly download it. You can go here, download it, but if you ever want to access it directly from Hugging Face's hub, then you need to authenticate the environment from which you are accessing it. The code has been provided here, and you can, as you can see, it's a 3 billion parameter decoder only language model, and pre-trained on 1 trillion tokens of diverse English and code datasets. I don't think we have like enough details about what is the composition of the dataset, like what is language, what is code, what kind of languages exist. But anyways, you can see, yeah, the license means you can use it for commercial purpose. Under this license, you must give credit to Stability AI, provide a link to the license, indicate if changes were made. So yeah, so that's the only thing. And like I said, this is a very common license. Like this has been there for ages. You can go read. Oh, they have given the complete data set and technical reporting details, something that I missed. You can go here and then read about the training process completely. You can understand this, but I'm not going to get into that. I want to keep this video short, so we are directly jumping right into the coding part. So to use this model, I've put together this Google Colab notebook. You can directly go use this Google Colab notebook from the YouTube description. All you have to do is click the link, and when you go there, just make sure click change runtime and make sure that you have got the T4 GPU. Once you have this enabled, install the transformers and accelerate. Once you install transformers and accelerate, next thing that you need to do is you need to do the Hugging Face authentication. You need to get the token from Hugging Face's account and then enter it here. Your notebook is authenticated with the Hugging Face environment. So this notebook, Google Colab notebook, is authenticated with the Hugging Face environment. Once you do that, it's very straightforward and simple. From transformers, import auto model for causal element auto tokenizer, then download the tokenizer, then download the model. When you download the model, you enable trust underscore remote underscore code for true. It just means that this model is not completely integrated with the transformers and you need to use it, and model.cudo to move the model to the GPU. Once you do that, then the next thing is you need to use the tokenizer to tokenize the input sentence and send it to the model.generate, and then finally decode it and print it. I've tried a couple of options. For example, I tried this Google coding. How do you import a CSV in Python? Import pandas as PD, and as you can see, it managed to give me the right answer. It's quite straightforward, but still it managed to do. And let's ask the question that we usually ask. Let me go and say, write a joke about Elon Musk. Elon Musk wants, and leave it. As you might have guessed from my prompting style, this is not an instruct fine-tune or chat fine-tune model. This is a base model. So you can use this model and you can do all these things. For example, when I said write a joke about Elon Musk and I said Elon Musk once went to a trip to Mars, he brought a bunch of animals, he left his cat at home. And as you can see, this is typically not a joke. So if you want to get a joke from this, what you can actually do is you can change the format like this. You can go ahead and then say question, and you can say answer. Run this. As you can see, it is really fast. This is one of the fastest model that I've seen, but also this is 3 billion parameter model. So when I said question, write a joke about Elon Musk, answer, Elon Musk recently said he could have solved the world's energy problems by converting carbon dioxide back to methane. I'm not sure if it is a joke. Last time when I tried, I got a different joke, but anyways, that is it. So the next thing you can do is you can say, for example, you can ask what is 2 plus 2, and you can ask the same question in the same format and then include answer. So you can use this model and also prompt with this kind of style. What is 2 plus 2? Answer is 4, and then it goes on, a lot of with gibberish which you may not require ultimately, but the model is quite good. Like for example, I can go and say, this is a great tweet about a new product launch of Stable LLM, a new text generation. Yeah, here goes the tweet, and send this. Once you send this, it is ultimately going to generate the text. Also, you can see that it generates this much. You can see it is trying to generate the text. We can try to see, okay, this is a great tweet with hashtags, and we can see if it actually manages to generate with hashtag. So previously, before we had instruct fine-tuned models, this is how we used to actually prompt these base models, and we used to see, okay, it didn't add the hashtag, but it just does it. But you can also, this is where true prompt engineering skills come in. But also the point is, you don't necessarily only have to use the base model. You can use it with fine-tuning task. I might put together a fine-tuning tutorial, but this model is truly nice. Like I kind of like it. I like the speed. It doesn't have a lot of dependencies, just two libraries, transformers, accelerate. I don't like the fact that you have to authenticate every time, but that is the world we live in. And if you're going to deploy it in your company or somewhere, you're going to just basically download the model. You're not going to access it from Hugging Face's model hub every time. And also most likely you're going to fine tune it and then start using it. And this is with the CC by SA 4.0 license, the Creative Commons license that lets you use the model for commercial purpose. Overall, I'm happy with this. Let me know in the comment section what do you feel about, and you have the weights and biases report where you can go read about the training data set and what is the composition of data set, what is web, what is academic, what is law, and all these. You have entire set of details. I might dive deeper into this later. I kind of missed this before recording this video, but I hope this tutorial was helpful to you in learning about stable LM 3 billion parameter model that can potentially run on your CPU, like your literally your machine. Let me know in the comment section what you feel. See you on the video. Happy prompting.